Good, Yantiv.
Yeah.
If you're keeping score, this is the third year I have been honored to speak to you on Yom Kippur in regards to the Hunger Project. 2 years ago, I was excited to emerge from the pandemic and be a better version of myself. Last year, a little less inspired, I was focused on pursuing justice. This year, though all those past foci are still there, I am tired, honestly. I am tired, and I am sad, and I am overwhelmed. I equate my life to whack-a-mole far too many times and is likely healthy. I am disheartened by what feels like ever-increasing divides in equality, in equity, in political priorities, and in perceptions of reality. By the constant need to explain new iterations of injustice to my kids, all while pushing forward, repairing the world, pursuing justice, welcoming the stranger, feeding the hungry, and sustaining our community. It's a lot. Now, sprinkle on some grief, a new business, and the rat race that is getting young children to 3 different schools and 19 different activities. Yeah, I'm tired. So I stand before you today. Why not say no? I tried, actually. I tried to decline this honor, and I do know it is an honor to be entrusted with this appeal. It is actually the great weight of this trust that had me doubting my ability to bear this responsibility this year. You may be thinking, this isn't that hard, Sari. We know, just tell us people are hungry and we will give. And I believe you. I could very easily stand up here, rattle off statistics, remind you that you are currently hungry and it doesn't feel great, and tell you how to donate. You would answer the call as you always have. And yes, it is important to know that hunger and homelessness are at an all-time high in San Diego. And it's important to understand that our legacy of over 37 years partnering with St. Vincent de Paul continues thanks to the generosity of this community at this time each year. And that every Sunday, our volunteers serve hundreds of our neighbors a warm meal, something so many of us take for granted multiple times a day. These are all important points, but anyone can come up here and say them. You can even read about them in the mailings that were sent to your homes. I want you to feel. I want to reach something within you that compels you to give. I want you to lean into our shared values of tikkun olam, of tzedakah, of mitzvah. Or recall a time when you have had to function with less than is ideal. Or empathize with the friend or loved one who shared of their own food insecurity at some point in their life. Or simply dig into that sense of communal responsibility Rabbi Navarro spoke of at Rosh Hashanah. To borrow from RC, it can be a quiet nudge or a resounding shofar blasting you to act. That is where I pull from. This notion of communal responsibility has always been a driving force for me. And interestingly, I cannot pinpoint any moment in my life where this idea was explained or taught or even spoken of. It was just modeled. We care for each other. We help. We do welcome the stranger. We do comfort the bereaved. We shelter the unhoused. We clothe the naked. And we feed the hungry. This is our work. This is our responsibility. It is not for us to turn a blind eye. It is not for us to assume someone else will help in our stead. It is for us to uplift each other, to work together to repair the whole world. Recently, I ended my tenure as social action chair. After about 7 years of rolling my sleeves up on topics ranging from human trafficking to anti-Semitism, to voting, to refugees, to racism, to homelessness, and so much more, I found myself coming back to that whack-a-mole analogy, but now adding a level of hamster wheel on top of it. For my own sanity and that of my family, I decided it was time for me to take a break. I was starting to feel helpless and hopeless, that the needle wasn't moving no matter how much good work was being done. And then I remind myself, lots of good work is being done. Have we broken down unfair systems and upended anti-Semitism? Of course not. What we have done is make an impact on a humanitarian level. We have shown up in solidarity with vulnerable communities. We have provided for those in need, and we have fed the hungry. As RC mentioned at Rosh Hashanah, there are incredibly talented people among us who are working to make change. Hopefully, some of that talent will reinvigorate the Social Action Committee and move the needle. In the meantime, in order not to be overwhelmed by the myriad of injustices we face daily, I choose to focus on the positive impact we have on our community, the neighbors we help, the people we feed. So that is why, despite my discomfort and frustration and exhaustion and feelings of disconnect and clearly moments and thoughts of helplessness and despair, I have no choice but to be at exactly this place at this time. I cannot shirk this responsibility. We cannot. I may not have faith in a lot of things right now, but I do have faith. I have faith in you. I have faith in this community. I have faith that you will continue to show up generously as you have in years past for our fellow San Diegans, who, despite their circumstances and whatever failures of people or systems that brought about their reality, the fact remains that they are hungry. I implore you to join me in donating to the Hunger Project today, because people are hungry. And because even if you have moments of exhaustion and frustration and helplessness, as I have shared, of hopelessness, as I have shared, you are not helpless. You make a difference. Your contributions make a difference. This community makes a difference. May your Yom Kippur be meaningful. May you never know involuntary hunger. May you and your families be inscribed in the Book of Life. Gemar Chatima Tova.